Building Commissioners Report, Ms. Hostel.
Thank you. Building permits issued 3 for a total of $170. The garage sale permits issued 2 for a total of $10 for a total fees collected $180. Total valuation for the week of November 6th was $2,550. Inspections, there were 12. One certificate of occupancy was issued for 2875 East Market Street, that's Speedway gas station. Property maintenance inspections 3, no inspection certificates issued. Inspections of unsafe properties and vacant lots, there were 3. Update on 216 North Socket, which is the old Maven's building. I have the engineer's report in front of, gave it to you anyway. Of course, we all knew the roof had collapsed and everything else, and what Mark and I are kind of concerned about is that alley running right behind there on the south side alley there, which I believe I got a picture of that over there where that alley is. Kind of concerned whether that building is going to sit there and collapse into that alley and whether we should close it. I got with Donnie Crane. Donnie Crane says he'd rather put something permanent there. I'll let Donnie explain.
The only reason why is we don't know how long that alley is going to be blocked. We don't know how long it'll take for anybody to do any work on that building. We just set a barricade up there, set some cones up there. Every day we're going to be going back over there. You put something permanent, downside to this, you put something permanent up there, you've got a lot of utilities running through there. If they got to get in there, I mean, this is always a hassle. It's always a hassle when you shut off a public easement like that indefinitely.
I mean, right now, with my eye looking at it right now, it does not look like it's even bowing.
Hadn't bowed at all.
No, it's not bowing at all. And the only thing I know what to recommend is that we keep an eye on it at least once or twice a week going over there.
Is there any alley pickup in there, Travis?
Yeah, there's 5.
4 properties? 4 or 5.
There's 4 that use the alley, and then both of them on the end could actually use the end streets. We would have to schedule those people for street pickup, which could be done. I mean, but you do shut off some backyards to some people. You know, there aren't any garages that would be affected, but you know, getting a vehicle to their backyard for whatever reason. You know, if they were moving, loading in and out.
Yep. And 3 of those properties I know are rentals.
What is our, Mark, if we get involved in this, if we don't shut off the alley, knowing that the roof is collapsed inside itself, and don't shut off the alley, are we accepting more responsibility?
The municipality is liable for maintenance of the right of way. This is a little different than we have right of way. There's issues that go next to it. But I do think that liability exposure should come out. We can, if you get the money together, you can demolish the building. But we got an owner who's not going to be able to pay without the cost of the municipality.
I guess the question is, are we going to be stuck with it 5 years from now and it still be sitting there?
Well, that's what the guy that I talked to about this attorney-client privilege. Without waiving attorney-client privilege.
We don't have, we have the engineers, I mean, the architect's report.
Johnny, can you shut down the alley for a week?
We can do that.
Why don't we shut it down? Give us some breathing room here. To talk, to get some information.
Trice pick up over there on Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Wednesday?
That's a Wednesday, so it should be picked up today. I can notify Wabash Valley next week. Have to pick that alley up out on Hill Street.
We'll have to notify the residents along there too.
Oh, yeah.
We could, my suggestion would be is we shut it off on the east end of the building and out by the street on the west end, not clear to the end of the alley, you know what I'm saying? So those people that live on that corner could still have access to the back yard. I think I would feel more comfortable doing that, shutting it off for a week just to get our ducks in a row and see what's gonna happen here, because it's, I can't tell you when that wall's
It
gonna
could-
roll
yeah,
over.
if that roof goes all the way in, it could push it
It could
out.
push it right,
Yeah,
that's exactly
we don't,
right.
and we don't know.
So, or the wind could pick up and there we go again, so.
Yeah.
All right, on Tuesday, are you done with this?
No, got one more
Okay,
thing.
All right.
922 Broadway, 922 East Broadway. I have Mr. Dunn brought in on Wednesday afternoon the letter. He has just got a building permit to put the roofing on. He has been working on the roofing. He plans on getting another permit after the 23rd, I believe he said, or the 20th, to start working on the outside and on the structure itself, where it was burnt and everything. So they are moving along on the roofing. I'd like to recommend that I just keep an eye on this and make sure they keep on moving on it. And he has boarded up the windows and put windows in a couple places, so that has got accomplished.
The key word to that whole letter is intend.
Yeah, I know.
You have got to stay on top of it.
And I've been over there last week. I was over there, and I was over there again yesterday. So
Okay. Anything else? Do you have anything else?
no, that's it. I'm sorry.
All right, I'll make a motion to accept the building commissioner's report as presented with the temporary closure recommendation of the alley that runs between Sycott and Barron Street, just south of the former Maven's Laundry.
Second motion.
A motion made, properly seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, motion carried. Fire chief's report, Chief Medic.
Good morning.
Good morning.
For the month of October, the Logansport Fire Department answered a total of 50 alarms. Of those calls, 50 of them were in the city. 10 were first responder runs, 9 motor vehicle accidents, 4 service calls, and 27 were 1070 fire alarms. Of those 27 fire alarms, we had 4 residential house fires, 1 vehicle fire, 2 rescues, 1 elevator issue, and the remaining 16 calls were false alarms or other calls, which were service calls, smoke or odor investigation, or public display. Of those calls, 29 were residential, 7 businesses, 1 school, 2 factories, 3 nursing homes, 2 government properties, 1 church, and 10 were located on public streets and highways. We had 4 homes that sustained heavy damage due to fires. On October 13th, we had a 2.5-story residential house located at 1930 East Broadway. The home sustained heavy interior fire damage, which started in the basement, and the fire traveled up the outside of the chimney clear to the attic. The homeowner had been making improvements to the electrical system in this home, which currently was knob and tube style wiring. This property is being rebuilt, and they're hoping to be back in the property in about 90 days. And I did talk to them again, and even they're living in a rental too in town, so they did pretty good. They didn't lose a lot of personal property. On October 20th, we were dispatched for smoke inside a residence, and on arrival, we found heavy smoke coming out of the back of the rear structure. Smoke was coming from the attic area, and the crew made entrance and accessed the attic to find heavy smoke and burning framing material. The fire was quickly contained. Further investigations found wire had ignited, causing ceiling rafters to start burning. The renters were displaced due to fire and smoke damage. The structure is being repaired also. On October 28th, there was a residential structure fire located at 1421 Liberty. This structure fire was unreported for several days. There were signs of foul play due to residue found on the ground by LFD investigator and LPD detectives. This fire was extinguished itself by, they were saying, because of all the moisture or a little bit of light rain, we're guessing, or there was lack of accelerant. No one was living in the apartment this time. And then on the 29th of October, we were dispatched to an apartment fire at 922 East Broadway. Prior to our arrival, dispatch had notified us that a male victim was hanging out of a window. The victim was rescued by Engine 1's crew with a ground ladder. The victim did sustain burns to his upper extremity. He was treated and released from Memorial Hospital the same night. The structure was badly damaged with fire, heavy smoke and water. The property owner is in the process of rebuilding this at the current time. No injuries to our staff reported. A couple days later, the renters moved back into the adjoining building of that on 922.
Good report. Are there any questions for the chief?
I make a motion that we approve Chief Medic's fire report as presented, most thorough report I believe I've ever read in all my time on the
Done
service.
with a real good fire.
Good job, Bernie.
Thank you.
Second.
Have a motion eloquently placed and a second. Are there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Item 4 on the agenda is the NDOT contract for the intersection improvements at 18th and Main Streets, culvert replacement as well, which will benefit the county. This is a NDOT grant with federal highway funds that we received. There will be a roundabout improvement in with that. It's supposed to be, the money's supposed to be released in 2013, if the federal government ever decides to continue on and do their business as usual. So I'd make a motion we accept the NDOT, or sign the NDOT contract for the 18th Street intersection.
Second motion.
Have a motion made and properly seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. Better seconded that. The election's over. Are there any visitor comments? Are there any board member comments? We're adjourned. Thank you for coming.